A gorgeous performance by Mbappe. Ronaldo rescues Juventus. Hoffenheim crushes Bayern Munich. Leicester mocks City. Barcelona brilliantly beats Villarreal, and Luis Suarez made his debut for Atletico. Oh my god, we simply didn't expect such a Sunday. So many bright events and so much gorgeous stuff. Guys, you watch us regularly but haven't subscribed yet? Let's fix it now! Who do you think will be the top scorer in La Liga? Suarez, Messi or Benzema? Write in the comments. And now, press like, because we are starting. Ronaldo has scored 450 goals in the top 5 leagues. This is a record. I had an offer from Barca, but I wanted to stay at Arsenal, Aubameyang said. Barcelona was offered 125 plus 25 million euros for Fati. Perhaps it was Man United. Milan has 17 games unbeaten run for the first time since 1996. Rakitic scored in the first game for Sevilla in La Liga after returning from Barca. Tottenham will make a new offer on Skriniar. Inter wants 60 million euros. Ajax and Barcelona finished the transfer of Serginho Dest. Today, the player must arrive for a medical examination. Bayern have already announced that Dest will play for Barca. Guys, do you know that we have another channel called Cyberball? If you love FIFA or PES, you should subscribe. We don't lie, you know us. We leave the links in the description, pinned comment and the final screen. Barcelona's interest in Isak increased under Koeman's management. Larsson thinks he's a good player. Manchester United has agreed on the terms of the contract with Alex Telles. Now Manchester needs to agree on the amount of the transfer with Porto. Juventus wants to loan Correa from Lazio for 2 years with a buyout option for 50 million euros. Messi and Suarez dedicated their lives to Barca. You could have treated them more respectfully, says Cesc Fabregas. Milan is confident in the signing of Bodo Glimt's winger Hauge. The transfer is expected to be announced in the coming days. Benfica announced the transfer of Ruben Dias to Man City for 68 million euros plus 3.6 million euros as possible bonuses. Otamendi is expected to move to Benfica as part of this deal. Lazio started negotiations on the transfer of Manchester United's midfielder Andreas Pereira. The Red Devils are ready to say goodbye to the player. Mourinho didn't include Dele Alli in Tottenham's squad for the second Premier League match in a row. El Shaarawy may move from Shanghai to Lazio. Previously, he played for Roma. Napoli sporting director Cristiano Giuntoli said that Kalidou Koulibaly is likely to stay at the club. PSV and Porto are interested in Barcelona's midfielder Puig. He doesn't want to leave the club. Barcelona is willing to get rid of Firpo before the end of the transfer window. There is an interest in the player from the Serie A clubs. PSG wants to loan Jorginho from Chelsea. Clubs have already contacted. AC Milan and Roma are interested in Norwich's defender Aarons. Barcelona and Bayern wanted to buy him. Schalke 04 fired Wagner. The team hasn't won in Bundesliga since January. Messi is the 4th player in the history to score in 17 La Liga seasons in a row. Ronaldo was ranked 6th in the ranking of the most respected man in the world. Messi is 11th. Todibo is not interested in the option of moving to Rennes. Barca continues to negotiate with Fulham, Everton and Napoli. Leeds is on an advanced stage of negotiations with Bayern Munich on the transfer of midfielder Michael Cuisance. The English club has offered 20 million euros. Yesterday, a number of interesting games took place. The results are on your screens. And now, let's switch to the main news of the episode. Let's go! PSG won their 3rd game in Ligue 1 in a row. This time Reims was beaten. The Parisians had a difficult away victory, 0-2. The game was made by Kylian Mbappe. The Frenchman assisted twice to Mauro Icardi. Neymar was remembered for this beautiful skill and incredible pass, which was not converted into a goal. Paris Saint-Germain climbed to the 7th place in the standings. Rennes is in the 1st place. We wonder how quickly the Parisians will rise to the top again. Before the highlights of the Roma vs Juventus game, we will tell you briefly about the victories of Milan and Napoli. Rossoneri beat Crotone with a score of 0-2. First, Kessie scored a penalty. Then Brahim Diaz increased the advantage, scoring his debut goal for the Milanese. An enchanting victory by Napoli. Gennaro Gattuso's team destroyed Genoa 6-0. Goals were scored by Lozano twice, Zielinski, Mertens, Elmas and Politano. And finally, the battle between Roma and Juventus. It was very exciting. Roma opened the score in the 31st minute. Veretout netted from a penalty kick. Juventus leveled the score pretty quickly. In the 43rd minute, Ronaldo was also accurate with the 11-meter shot. But the ending of the half was still in Roma's favor. Veretout scored a brace after Mkhitaryan's assist. In the 62nd minute, Rabiot was sent off, but Juventus was saved by Cristiano Ronaldo. Great goal! How high he jumped! His Airness, Cristiano Ronaldo. A real sensation in the Bundesliga. Hoffenheim didn't only beat Bayern Munich, they did it with a crushing score 4-1. Simply fantastic. Apparently Munich had too much fun after winning the UEFA Super Cup. Goals for Hoffe were scored by Bicakcic, Dabur and Kramovic twice. Bayern Munich responded with a goal from Kimmich. Bayern have lost for the first time since December 2019. Sooner or later it had to happen. We need to learn a lesson. Bayern's head coach Hans-Dieter Flick said after the match. And we continue with the Premier League matches. Tottenham lost the victory in the last seconds of the match with Newcastle. The Magpies answered to the goal of Lucas Moura with a Wilson-scored penalty in the 7th added minute to regular time. The main event of the day. Defeated Manchester City. Leicester was unstoppable. Vardy's hat-trick, Maddison and Tielemans also scored goals. Mahrez and Ake scored goals for City. The result is shocking, 2-5. Leicester didn't want to play, only counter-attack. Even at 5-2 they were in their own penalty area, said Pep Guardiola after the match. La Liga Sunday turned out to be very colorful. I'm happy for my debut for Atletico. Sometimes players need changes, said Luis Suarez after the match. We note that Leo Messi dedicated his goal to Suarez. The Argentinian celebrated in the style of his best friend. Press like if you're sorry that their union has broken up. Very satisfied, Barca dominated. Fati and Pedri have a great future, said Ronald Koeman after the match. Koeman is really very pleased with Fati. Just check out how he looked at him after the substitution. Guys, check out Cyberball channel. We prepared a really cool video for ya. That is all for today. Have a nice one and good health. Bye bye!